All right, welcome back to Good Morning Vail in the kitchen here with Maddie. So you made our dough.
Yeah, well, we made our dough.
We made the dough.
Yes.
We've rolled it out, and now we're gonna make our linguine. So we've got a nice thick noodle that I think we're gonna make. So we've rolled it out. It's really nice and pliable. We've added enough flour to keep it from sticking. We put some flour on our attachment here. So if you wanna get it fired up, okay, and you put it on that low speed. And it should start to take a, there we go, the flour is, oh.
Look at that. Feeding itself right through. Now we've got some delicious noodles. Are you supposed to catch them?
Yeah, we will in a minute. You gotta be careful of this attachment and come around and get you.
That would be my luck.
And we'll kind of let it go. We'll bring it out.
Wow, look at this. I'm also really excited. I've heard that homemade noodles are 100 times better than store-bought noodles.
100 times.
100 times. And just like that, you have your own homemade noodles.
And there's a couple of things you can do once you run them through. You obviously can just cook them right away.
Right.
Or you can hang them. They've got pasta racks, they call them. And so you can hang them up on the pasta rack and they will dry, and then you can just keep them for another time. But you know, they're perfect if you want to eat them right away. If you're going to store them, get a little more flour so you don't stick them together, and roll them up here, and they're ready to cook right away. So that's homemade pasta, homemade noodle. And when you cook these, it doesn't take long at all. I always add some salt to my water and get it to boil, maybe add just a little bit of olive oil, put them in there. It only takes a few minutes, they'll float to the top. You want to cook them al dente, which means you don't want them real chewy, you want just a little bite to them, you want some substance to it. So you cook it al dente, and then like you said, Maddie, your favorite pasta sauce with it. You like the red sauce.
Yeah, you know how little kids eat Play-Doh? The
Yeah.
temptation to just eat that right now is amazing.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to eat it because it's got to be cooked. It's got a little bit of egg in there, so you want to be careful. But yes, kids will probably eat it like Play-Doh. But that is how easy this is. And again,
I just am so tempted. And there's a voice inside my head just telling me to do it.
And again, after you're done cooking it, you strain it, and you can do a brown butter sauce, which is real easy. Mm-hmm. So you just brown up some butter. You can put a couple leaves of sage in there, toss it around. You can add some peas. You can add some carrots, a lot of different things. And we already talked about the different flavors that you can add in the colors with the roasted bell peppers.
See, now this doesn't look like a lot of pasta, though. This looks like this would be one serving size.
When you cook it, it's going to expand a little bit more.
Okay.
And that's why I said a family of 4, you'll want to do 2 of those balls. And it's nice with that recipe. It's easy to do. And if you want to do different colors, you can also puree up garlic. Garlic's a little more difficult. You've got to roast it and it's got to be nice and soft before you puree it down, or else you will get some lumps and your pasta will have a tendency to kind of fall apart. But you can see how this went through. It's nice and pliable.
I'm gonna put that down.
And
I'm gonna eat it.
easy to do. So get out there, start making some of your own food by scratch. It's really healthy to do it this way. And again, a lot of different modifications you can do. 1 egg, 1 cup of sifted flour, and then if you want a pepper, you can roast 1 red pepper and take the skin off. Wait till that skin starts to kind of bubble up. Take the skin off, puree it down, add that to the 1 cup of flour and 1 egg, and you're ready to go.
Which makes it nice and convenient. Now, if someone does not have a KitchenAid,
right,
or the attachment, can they make these noodles without?
So you just saw how we used the roller to roll it out instead of the attachment that came with this. You can also then take a knife and cut your strips however you want. They've also got rollers that have ridges in it where you can push it down. It'll cause the separation on the pasta. So you don't need a fancy KitchenAid on all the attachments. You can just do it the old-fashioned way like Mama used to do.
Which is a ton of fun. And then that way you can also change the shape of your noodles to make it so if maybe you're making like a chicken noodle soup.
Yep.
Then you can easily change the shape, and that way you're not getting these nice little stringy guys.
And exactly the same recipe if you want to do raviolis. So you can roll it out flat, a couple sheets, put your ravioli droppings between, add a little bit of moisture between where you're going to seal it up, seal it, cut it, ravioli.
Makes it nice and convenient. Well, now I've been looking at some fun recipes, Kev. And so next time I think that you're in here, I think that we should try and make some of these fun recipes. I just found a recipe for edible cookie dough. So it has no eggs, tastes just like cookie dough, and you can just store it in a little Tupperware and eat it anytime you have that little sweet tooth.
So that will never make it in the oven with you.
No, it's not supposed to make it in the oven.
Got it.
You don't
Okay.
bake it. So you just get to eat it, which
Without
you're right.
worrying about getting sick from an egg.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
Because that's why I haven't put this in my mouth yet, because I really want to. I really just want to eat it.
But
and then
good pasta.
Good pasta. And then another one is, this has been blowing up all over the internet, spaghetti pancakes.
Spaghetti pancakes.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. We may have to try that.
I think we're going to have to try it because
right.
I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Kevin, thank you so much for taking us through this. I didn't know how easy it was. This is something that I could do at home by myself 100% without worrying that I'm going to burn my house down.
That's right. Simple, simple. And healthy.
Simple. Super simple, super healthy. There's nothing better than just buttered noodles. Like Kevin said, you could change the flavor of the noodle just a little bit by adding some of those other vegetables to it. But this is something that you can make no matter what.
Yeah, we like to keep it simple.
We like to keep it simple. We're going to take a short break. When we come back from the break, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.